Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you another episode, Coffee with Coach, on this awesome Friday morning. Hope you're up making those moves, got those mind in the right place. But if not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So before I head up to the academy today, I wanted to share something with you that I listened to yesterday. And actually, I want to share a little bit with it more today. All right. So it's good stuff to kick off Friday with. So something new, something I haven't listened to up until yesterday. The speaker is Alan Stein Jr. All right. Alan Stein Jr. is the speaker, and that's actually his YouTube channel. Okay. Morning, Lero. Alan Stein Jr. is the guy, and Alan Stein Jr. is the channel. All right. The Eliminate the Disease of Me. Okay. Now, I shared a piece of that yesterday. And again, the titles of things are going to capture my attention, gets me to click on it, gets me to listen. If I like it, I'm going to take some notes, share it with you. If it doesn't really resonate with me, I'll just keep it moving. So this one got my attention, especially because, like I said, lately just been dealing with, some people that are all about themselves, self-centered, selfish, don't really think about team, that kind of thing. Me being a coach, I deal with it from time to time. Most of the people that are on my mat or that I encounter are about team. But every now and then you got those individuals that are not about team and they think about just themselves. So let me share this with you. Accepting or correcting, all right? He's talking about you only have two options, all right? Two options, accepting or correcting, all right? There is no third option. There's no complaining. So accepting what went wrong, and then correcting what went wrong, okay? Where did you make a mistake? Where did you fall down at? Where was the mishap? And then we go and correct it and get it fixed. There is no complaining. There is no putting fault on other things or other people, taking the blame off of yourself. It's all the same stuff that I've been listening to, the David Goggins, the Jocko, like it's take ownership, all right? Taking ownership of why things aren't working out for you the way they are or the way you want them to be. Could be a number of reasons, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for making those things happen. So we accept what happened, and then we correct what happened, and then we keep it moving. Complaining, he talks about, adds no value to your life. Absolutely no value by complaining and whining and moaning, all right? He says it's the easiest default. It's so easy to just shift the blame on other people or something else or the weather or whatever as to why you're not getting what it is that you're supposed to be getting or that you should be getting, okay? He talks about just being more self-aware of this. He does it less, all right? He talks about being human. You're going to, at some point want to make an excuse, try to make an excuse, not take ownership. But when you're more self-aware of this and you're telling yourself this and these kind of things are out there, you're going to do it less. And he says, what I like about what he says, he goes, in a year from now, I'm going to do it even less. In another year from then, it's going to be less. So as time goes on, you're going to hear him, you're not going to hear that out of him. So once you start making these small changes and you're self-aware and you have it up in your head, like, yeah, you know what? I'm making excuses. I'm complaining. I'm whining. I'm being one of those people, okay, that are trying to shift the blame somewhere else. Once you're self-aware of that, you will start taking ownership and you will start doing it less. It's very, it's just natural instinct, I guess, to just be like, it's not my fault. It's their fault, or it's his fault. It's her fault, or it's the weather's fault. It's this fault. It's the traffic's fault. It's, whatever. And at the end of the day, no one's trying to hear that. It's your fault. You're the reason why things aren't getting done the way they should be. And once you are made aware of that and you're self-aware of that, you will do it less. You'll hold yourself more accountable, and you'll start holding other people accountable, which I like because that's what I do. I catch a lot of heat and flack for that because I do say things when I see things or when I hear things. You're making excuses, or why aren't you doing this and doing that? And in this video, he's talking about that. Hold the people around you, your friends, family members, and friends accountable, all right? And when you hold them accountable, your circle will get better and they'll hold you accountable. And then what's happening, everyone around you that you're close to will stop making excuses, and then everyone gets better. He talks about, which I talk about, I tell my students all the time, when I ask them a question and they tell me, I don't know, maybe, not sure, I tell them there's no gray area. And that's what he's talking about in this video. He actually says that there's no gray area. You're accepting or correcting the things that are happening, and there is no gray area when it comes to the complaining. There is no somehow, some way, there's a way to make an excuse. You know, like I tell my students, it's either yes or no. We're doing it or we're not doing it. We're getting after it or we're not getting after it. There is no like, I don't know, I'll think about it. I'm still deciding kind of thing. And when you start deciding to not live in a gray area, things change for you. Things change for you big time. And so, again, my students, my family members and friends hear me say that a lot. Like, there's just no gray area. I try not to live in that space because you don't get anything done in that space, in that gray area space. Nothing's happening. So it's either yes or no, or, there is no maybes. I'll think about it, give me a minute, I'll get back to you tomorrow, that kind of thing. So no gray areas, at least I try my best not to go there. Not that it never happens, kind of like this guy says. It's not like these things never happen, but when you're self-aware and you're listening to stuff like this, you'll do it less and less and less. And what happens, you'll start, achieving things more because you are just not making excuses and complaining. You are accepting the things that are happening and then correcting them and then making them better. So you want to check it out. Again, the guy is Alan Stein Jr. And the name of the video is Eliminate the Disease of Me, which I shared that yesterday, which that is so huge because, you just don't want to be known as that. You're the person, you're the reason why the team isn't getting better because you are a self-centered, selfish individual. And all you do is think about yourself and not the people around you. You definitely don't want to be thought about like that and remembered like that. You want to be the one that helps bring people up, helps people around, build people up around you, make them better. When you walk into the room, the room gets better because you're there, not the room gets worse because you showed up, So hopefully that makes you self-aware of your actions and the things that you're doing because it definitely makes me aware. So I'll leave it there. You guys have a great Friday, great weekend, and let's get to it. We'll see you next time.